Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Thank you guys for tuning in to Steele Moving. I am your girl, Audrey Steele, and we have a really good show for you guys today. Um, First of all, let me bring you guys up to speed as far as my weight journey, my fit journey. Um, I got back into training today for the first time in a week. Work long hours at work, things of that nature. But my trainer gave me praise. Richard DeShields, shout out to Richard DeShields and DeShields Box Office Fitness. Hopefully you guys are still keeping up with this because Maurice is gonna give me that $500. I don't know what he think this is, but I'm not baking no cakes. I'm not baking no pies for him. It's on. So continue to keep up with the weight loss journey and everything. It's really an exciting time for me. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about today, we're talking about what is true celibacy. What is true celibacy? I mean, a lot of people tend to think that just because they're not having actual intercourse, that they're celibate. That's not true. That's a misconception. So I want to talk to you guys today about what you guys think. Because if you're masturbating, if you're using toys, if you're having oral sex, anything of that nature, if you're having sex with yourself, any type of stimulation that brings about an orgasm, you're having sex. You're participating in sex. So just because you don't consider it sex doesn't mean that it's not sex. It is sex. So I want to talk about it today. This is a good one. This is a really good topic. So let me know what you guys think about it. What is true celibacy? Is celibacy to you? I want to know what it is to you. Give me your opinion about what you guys think. If you're watching by the website, you're welcome to post your comments on the web. I will respond accordingly. But I want to know, what is true celibacy? What is it? Because like I said, if you got the toy thing going on, that's not celibacy. If you're performing oral sex or participating in oral sex, receiving it or performing it, that's not celibacy. Sorry. If you're masturbating, that's not celibacy. And especially my religious folks, a lot of people that do it for religious purposes. If you're doing it for religious purposes, you're kidding yourself because everybody else already, we got a call already. Show just got started. Let's hear it. Caller, you're on the air with Audrey. Go ahead.
Hey, sugar, I'm getting on in early because I ain't going to be able to hear the show tonight.
All right.
The question is, what is true celibacy?
Yes.
True celibacy is nothing, abstaining, totally nothing. Because even though you may not be having penetrating sex, you are still having a form of intimacy. With oral sex, you're having a form of intimacy. And with the toy, the end result is that you're having an orgasm.
Exactly.
Orgasms are sex.
That's right.
That's the end result. So true celibacy is nothing at all.
That's exactly right. I agree with you, Miss V. I mean, do you know a lot of people, especially religious folk, that think they're practicing celibacy because they're not actually having intercourse with a man or having sex with a woman? They think that they are really celibate, and they'll brag about it. Oh, I've been celibate for 5 years. I've been celibate for 7 years, and you're not celibate. You ain't kidding nobody but you.
Because you're still masturbating.
Exactly.
If you meet up with somebody and you're having oral sex, you're still having an orgasm. So you're not celibate.
You're not
selling
celibate.
a little bit. Not celibate. You're selling a little bit.
That's right, Miss V.
All right.
Thank you so much for calling in. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. If you guys would like to call in, that number to do so is 704-757-5597. If you're watching and you have the number, go ahead and post the number for me. That number is 704-750-5597. Again, that number is 704 750-5597. So we're talking about Mr. Chisholm gave a long definition of what celibacy is. Um, it's commonly understood to mean abstinence from sexual activity. That's what most people think celibacy is. But when we're talking about activity, that means all activity. I mean, it's not just having a sex partner. That means all activity. No hands, no toys, no nothing. Correct, Mr. Chisholm? Is that correct? How many of you are into the toy thing? That's an interesting one. How many of you are into that type of thing? Because, nowadays, a lot of people think anything goes. A lot of people think they have these little parties, I call them nasty parties, but I don't know, what they call them, but I forget. Romance parties, that's what it is. The romance parties. They have these parties where they sell these toys and things of that nature. And I have been to them, and I have participated in purchasing some of the stuff. But as for me, that kind of stuff just don't work. I'm not the kind of person that gets into that. It just don't work for me. I tried. It didn't work. I'm not the one to get into that. But, to each his own. I know a lot of my religious folk don't like these kinds of conversations, because one of the things that I love about my show is the purpose of this show is to help people pass their pain and into their success. So if you're trying to practice celibacy and you want to practice it and be successful at it, one of the first things you need to do is understand what it really means to be celibate. And part of that is getting to the truth of the matter. Truth of the matter is, all that stuff ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna cut it. I want to talk about it. Where my people at today? Where my people at? I don't know why ain't nobody joining in, but I want to talk to me. Talk to me. What you guys think about it? All of my people viewing from the web, holler at your girl. I just posted that number so you guys could call in case you wanted to call. The number is 704-750-5597. Call in, Mr. Chisholm. You had a lot to say. That was a huge comment. I couldn't read it all, but basically what you were saying is celibacy is the abstinence from sexual activity. A lot of people are just, are curious about it. A lot of people are curious about it. A lot of people are interested in that type of thing. A lot of people use a lot of the toys and stuff like that in their relationship. I ain't got nothing against that either. But when we're thinking in terms of abstaining from sex or going without it or, being celibate, that's just a no-go. Interested in hearing what you guys have to say about it. Hi, Willie. Hi, Trina. I see you guys just chimed in. We're talking about today, what is true celibacy? What is true celibacy? Mama Z on the line. Mama Z, chime in. We're talking about what is true celibacy today. If you're thinking in terms of, let's see, Trina says, how long of going without to deem a person celibate? I don't think there's a length of time. It's just a state of mind. If you determine within your mind, well, I'm just not going to have sex anymore. It's kind of like a mental statement, I believe, and it could go from day one to whenever it's broken. That's what I believe, Trina. I don't know. Nick says to him it means no sexual relations of any kind with another person. What about with yourself, Nick? Because one of the things that I posed was masturbation is part of sex. You can have sex with yourself. That's still considered sex. A lot of people masturbate. That's not celibacy. That's not true celibacy. So It could be another person or with yourself, I believe. Um, but anyway, we're talking about what is true celibacy. It's a good one. This is a good one because a lot of people, especially religious folk, not only Christians, other religions practice celibacy too, as a form of sacrifice or as a form of uh, it's just a fasting, a form of fasting. People do it for fasting. A lot of people do it for bragging rights. You know, a lot of people, they're getting satisfied at home, but then they out here in public making people think that they're making this huge sacrifice. You ain't making no huge sacrifice. You getting off some kind of way. You're masturbating. You're using toys. You're having oral sex. You know, just because you didn't, you know, have intercourse, you're still having sex. So that's what we want to get to the bottom of this is. If you want to call in, the number to do so, Trina or Nick, if you guys have the number locked in your phones, go ahead and type in that number for me. That number to call in is 704-750-5597. Mama Z says, it's possible. Even I have practiced it before. When? She said that's her business. All right, Mama Z, I hear you. I hear you. It's your business. That's true. We don't need to know when you did it. We're just talking about what is true celibacy. I mean, what, you know, a lot of people don't like to admit to using toys and, you know, things of that nature. They got all kinds of stuff out here now. They got bullets, wands. They got all kinds of toys. I've been to these little parties, and sometimes I get tickled. You know, I get, you know, bashful and stuff. You know, because it's a lot of stuff that I just was not aware of. But how many? Who out there is practicing celibacy right now? How many of my viewers are practicing celibacy right now? I want to know. Or if you are, call in. The number is on the screen. Trina just posted it. Thank you, Trina. 704-750-5597. If you are practicing celibacy or attempting, or if you've attempted to practice celibacy, dial in. Rod says, I'm not right now. I ain't mad at you. You know, it's one of those things where I have struggled with. I have struggled with it because I have tried. I have tried to do this celibacy thing. Love you too, Mama Z. I have tried to do this celibacy thing since I was separated. Didn't work. The first 6 months, I struggled. The next 6 months, I struggled. You know, I would go 6 months at a time. And then you know, it's hard. You know, for somebody who's used to having that sexual activity regularly like I was for 25 years, I'm getting it when I want it, how I want it, all the time. And then all of a sudden it's gone. I was struggling. I ain't ashamed to tell nobody. That, you know, when y'all see me at the altar at church, that's why I'm at the altar. That's why I'm at the altar. Because the sister be struggling. It's hard to be, I'm with you, Ann. It's hard. You know, a lot of church folk don't like to admit it. A lot of religious people don't like to admit it. I even got some Muslim brothers and sisters that be on the low. They don't want to tell it either, but you know, it's a hard thing to die to that desire. You know, to sacrifice that desire. It can be done. I know people that have done it, but a lot of these people that are bragging about doing it, you're not doing it because you jacking it. You masturbating. Or can I say jacking it? Okay, it's too late. But anyway, if you're masturbating, you're not celibate. You sexing yourself. In case you didn't know. So, you know. But so don't be bragging about the fact that I've gone 5 years, 3 years, 7 years. I know someone who went 7 years with no sex, and it really wasn't like going without sex because she was doing other stuff. And I was like, you ain't celibate, child. You ain't celibate. You still having sex. You sexing yourself. So holler at your girl, 704-750-5597. It's a great topic. I'm, you know, anybody that's out there that's doing it and doing it successfully, power to you. More power to you. I applaud you. You're doing your thing. Hang in there. A lot of people married and practicing celibacy. There's a lot of married folk practicing celibacy for real. Ain't getting it. In the doghouse. Shut off. Cut off. Involuntary celibacy. Rod talking about he'll sell a little bit. Carla, go ahead. You on the air with Audrey.
Hey, Audrey. It's Ann Lundy.
Hey there. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Oh, Lord. I think if you're having any types of playing with any toys, you are not sober.
That's right. What about masturbation?
You're making love to yourself. If you're masturbating using your fingers, whatever.
What about
making love to yourself? And the Bible does speak about masturbation. You're not supposed to be doing it.
what about oral sex?
That's still having sex because you are releasing fluids from your body. There ain't no way somebody down there going down on you and you ain't squirting or whatever.
She said squirting on the radio.
First of all, the brother ain't doing it right, but anyway, yeah, I mean, you're releasing fluids or leakage from your body. You are making love.
Right.
There should be nothing going inside down there.
Right. Right. That's true. That's true. But what about?
That's just my opinion.
But what about if nothing? What about if nothing is going on the? Yes, she said it, Rod. What about if people are not going internally, but just on the outside of the?
Same thing, because even if they playing around your outside area, and you are again, if you feeling anything, you're going to leak.
That's true.
If not, you go to the doctor and get checked or something wrong.
But look, this is one of the things that, we go to church. We churchgoers. But this is one of the things a lot of folk in the church don't like to talk about. They don't like to deal with real issues. A lot of religious people don't like to hit the real stuff.
We have to deal with it because, first of all, we're not living back in the biblical days. Times have changed. It's different. Yes, we all want to live like we're supposed to back in the old days, but it's not. I mean, I ain't going to say I'm not having sex because I got a Jezebel spirit. I'm sorry. I'm keeping it real.
Oh, Lord. Well,
I'm just saying, I do from time to time, but, I can't keep going to the altar every Sunday and repenting because then I'm doing it in vain.
Right. Well, I
can't say that I might go 6 months and not have sex.
Right.
Then I'm trying, but then
Right.
I'll get weak. I'm a woman. I'm going to get weak.
Right. We have
Man is going to
moments.
make me weak.
We have moments. But that's real talk right there. And I appreciate you calling in and sharing that. Rod is tripping because he said you can think about it and leak. You might not.
Okay.
Nobody might not have to.
You're not supposed to be thinking about it.
Well, what about wet dreams? What about? Some people still have wet dreams, or you dream about it and release in your sleep? Is that having sex too?
Well, to me it is because, thinking about it, what the word said, if you're lusting about it, you might as well go and do it.
It don't say you might as well go and do it.
Am I wrong on that?
It don't say you might as well go and do it. He said if a man looks on a woman and lusts after her in his heart, he has already committed the act. That's what it says.
Exactly. You already done it, so you might as well go do it.
Don't be adding nothing extra. Y'all see how folk do add extra words to the scripture. It didn't say that now.
I'm just trying to justify what I'm doing.
It's a good thing Maurice wasn't here. It's
I'm
a
like
good.
the woman at the well. Help me, Lord.
All right now. Well, thank you for calling in. I appreciate you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. So, she said she liked the woman at the well. She struggled too. Yeah, but you might feel on yourself. What do you mean by that, Donnella? You might feel on yourself. Is that still considered? Rod talking about them damn steals. You know about them steel girls, them cousins. But anyway, Donnella says, yeah, you might feel on yourself. I mean, you might feel on yourself. So what that mean, Donnella? Is that considered having sex with yourself or continue to be celibate or whatever? You know, this is a tricky one. I know Trina said that a lot of men cannot go without sex. Is that true, Rod? Is that true, Jerome? Is that true, Nick? Can men go without sex, Mr. Chisholm? Because, you know, I know y'all, men do. Y'all have a hard time not having sex. Women can go for long periods of time, but a man, if he don't have it, most men masturbate. Is it true that all men masturbate? I want to know. Call in 704-750-5597. I want to know, do all men masturbate? All women don't. Personally, I don't get pleasure out of touching myself. I can't get into it. It's not my thing. A lot of people do, but I don't. I have to have the real thing. If I'm gonna go there, if I'm gonna get in trouble with God, I get in trouble with God from having real sex. Trina says men will not go without. She's saying that y'all won't go without. Is that true, guys? Holla at your girl. I want to know. Can men really go without sex? Can men really go without sex? Ann says, I believe they can. A real man will. She talking about, yeah, they choke their chicken. You guys are crazy. Ann say you choke your chicken. Oh my God, that's the first time I've ever heard that one, cuz. Who else have heard it? Who else have heard it called that before? I think anyone can go without. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. Well, yeah, I guess so, because everything starts in your mind. Everything starts in your mind. That's where it plays its part in. You get to thinking about that thing, you know. But there have been times, y'all, when I have been asleep, minding my own black business. Been asleep and just have a dream out of nowhere, like, what? You know. I don't know. Talk to us, Cheryl. Thank you for tuning in, Cheryl Burke. Talk to us about celibacy. We're talking about it. And, you know, I welcome everybody's opinions. I welcome everybody's advice. Whatever. If you got something inspiring to say to somebody, let me hear it. Because this is a struggle. This is something that people have struggled with for a long time. But what is it really? I just want to help you understand it. If you're doing all that stuff, if you're masturbating, if you got the toys, if you're having oral sex, you're not celibate. So stop kidding yourself. You might as well go on and lay up for real. Go on and get it. Get you some. Get you some. Because you're not really doing it. So if you're going to be celibate, be all the way celibate. They can go without only in prison. And then you have to wonder about them going to the other side. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Mo is DJing a Christmas party tonight. So that's where Mo is. Thanks, Nicole, for posting the number. Call in. Let me holler at you. It is all in the mind. That's where it starts. That's true. It starts in the mind. I want to hear from the men as far as, can you abstain? Jerome says you guys can. Rod says he can go months without it. Yeah, right. But last night, Rod, on the show, you was calling yourself a hoe. You were saying people consider you a hoe. So you can go how many months though? Yep, just get it. Okay. Cheryl Burke says they don't even go without it in prison. That's true. A lot of them don't. And then even if they're going without it in prison, they're masturbating. So that ain't really going without it either. But they, they doing something. They getting off some kind of way. That's what I thought, Rod. He said he meant he goes moments. That's what I thought. That's about the size of it. Oh my goodness. It is not, I always feel like a man cannot do without it, Some men can. Donella says some men watch porn. True. While they masturbate. True. Some men, even if it don't even work properly, they'll still masturbate just to get something out of it. All right. Oh, you're saying that the men in prison are having sex with the women that work at the prison. Oh, she says she's telling me what she knows. Okay. All right now. All right, I believe that. I often wonder how is it that the prisoners fall in love with the people that work there. So she's got inside information. Her son told her that. Okay, I believe that. I believe it. Wilder things have happened. I had a brother that spent a lot of years in prison, and one of the first questions I asked him was, "Bro, you gay?" He was like, "No. Just because you're in prison for a long time don't make you gay. If you want to be gay, you'll be gay. But, just going to prison ain't going to cause you to turn because there's other stuff you can do to not be gay." So, clearly, her son is letting her know that they're having sex with the guards and stuff at the prison. So, but, yeah. Is there anybody that's watching now that's practicing celibacy? If so, call in. 704-750-5597. I want to hear from the celibate folk, from the people that's doing it for real. The people that's really going without sex, that's not masturbating, that's not using toys, that's not having oral sex. I want to hear from you. That's not choking the chicken that's not choking the chicken, as Ann said. I want to hear from men that's actually practicing celibacy. Nope, can't go without sex. It relieves stress. Wow, is that true, Jerome? I never looked at it like that. I never looked at sex as a stress reliever, but I guess it could be. I never used sex for that. It was always a pleasureful thing for me. Hey, it wasn't about stress. Silence. She's like, ain't no men practicing celibacy. That's why. Somebody's calling in. Let's see who this is. Caller, go ahead. You on the air with Audrey Steele.
What's up, Nasty Audrey?
It's Rod, y'all. What's up, Rod?
So what's the question? Can men go without it?
Can men go without it? We want to know.
Yeah, we can. We can.
But
we choose not to.
You choose not to. What's the longest you've gone without it?
Maybe 6 months.
Okay, about the same as us.
No, but I mean, I don't do that purposely. Sometimes situations generate that. But I mean, why should you go to celibacy? Tell me why you should.
Trina says lies. Well, a lot of people are celibate for different reasons. Like, I met one man that said he was celibate because he felt like he wasn't giving his body to a woman unless he found her to be worthy of his body.
It becomes a drug, and let's be honest, sex is a drug. Yeah, it relieves stress, but it's also a drug. And if it's good, you can't help it. If it's good, you don't want to turn it down.
Right.
So to all the women out there who say they practice celibacy, masturbation is not celibacy. Celibacy is true celibacy. And if you're not practicing true celibacy, then why not give in?
Right.
Why tease yourself?
Why torment yourself? Why not just go all the way in and just enjoy the pleasure of the sex and stop lying to yourself, telling and lying to other people, saying, because I think a lot of people do it for bragging rights. I'm celibate,
Bragging rights. What do you mean by that?
I think a lot of people get pride from saying that they're celibate. It's a spirit of pride that come on people. A lot of, for me, because I'm in the church, because I'm in the church, I deal with a lot of religious folk, and a lot of people use it for bragging rights. They'll brag about, I've been celibate for 7 years, and all along they're at home with the little dildo, or they're having oral sex, huh?
Or big dildo.
Yeah, or whatever, or the little bullet, or whatever they're doing, and they're or they having oral sex with their partner, but then they stand up in church or around their girlfriends and they're bragging. I'm like, that ain't real celibacy. Let's make it clear here.
Well, that's the difference between a man and a woman, because a woman's gonna brag on how much she's not getting, and a man does the opposite. He brags on how much he is getting.
That's true. That's true. Women do brag about not getting it, and it looks better. And then a man, he brags to his boys about how much he's getting. Huh?
To your topic from yesterday, they brag on not getting because of your topic of yesterday, because they don't want to be seen as hoes.
That's true. People do, they don't want to be judged. But I don't, my thing is to each his own. I got my own struggles to contend with. I ain't got no space to judge nobody. So I'm just honest. I have to tell the truth. And I struggle.
They're trying to be celibate. Congratulations. I want to say congratulations to those who are being celibate.
Congratulations to
and
those.
Who are not, continue doing what you're doing, and be like me, just happy. Just be happy with what you're doing and accept yourself.
That's it. But thank you for calling in.
Hey, tell Ann to quit saying squirt on TV.
I think she heard you. Bye. He said, quit saying squirt, Ann, on the radio, on the air. This is a really good one because, he made a very valid point. A lot of women brag on celibacy to their girls because it looks better to be celibate rather than to be hoish. Because, a lot of women, if you're owning having a lot of sex, you're looked at as being a hoe, and you don't want to be look like a hoe to men or to your girls. And men brag on having sex to their boys for bragging rights. That's crazy. Carla, go ahead. You on the air with Audrey.
How you doing, Audrey? This is Nicole.
Hey, darling. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Okay.
I wanted to comment on your topic and also to a caller that stated something. First, I do agree. True celibacy. There's no intimacy with self-masturbation. And I'm not going to lie, I'm very in tune with my body, like, when it comes to that. But when I started my celibacy, I had to throw away over $200 worth of toys. I had to, and the reason is because if I wouldn't have, I know if the urge came to me, I would have reached for it. Now, I was practicing, and I did say was, practicing celibacy for close to 7 months. However, just recently fell short, but I'm about to jump back on the boat. And it had nothing to do with religion. I hate to say it this way, but it makes me cringe when I hear people say, well, I'm doing it for religious purposes. Like the one caller said, this is not the old days. There even in the Bible, there's never been a time where people really did not go without sex, period. So that's even in the Bible. So sex has always took place, even when people didn't want to talk about it because of religious purposes. And that's why so much goes on now, because in certain Catholic religions and things of that nature, because no one wants to tell the truth about it. No one wants to talk about it for real.
Well, there are scriptures that support celibacy. There are some.
No, there's scriptures that supports it. Yeah, I do agree with that. But for someone to say, we're not doing this like the old days, even chose to be celibate, it was not for religious purposes. It was more of a self thing. I wanted to get control over it where I didn't come to a point where I desired it. Because, yes, I do feel like sex can be a drug. And I wanted to have control over that area and not be in a place where I have to have it. So that was my reason for it.
So Ann is asking the question. She says, well, when you threw away your toys, did you use your hands?
No, I didn't. That's why I said I did not masturbate. I did not use, no, I didn't even watch porn, none of that. When I practiced celibacy, I threw away everything for that reason. So no, I'm not touching myself and everything. Just like I said, I'm in tune with my body. Yes, I have done that before. But anytime I practice celibacy, it's completely celibacy, and that's the reason why I had to throw away my toys.
Right. I appreciate that because that's the whole point of what is true celibacy. Because a lot of people, you've heard, I'm sure you've met the women or the people that brag about, being celibate when all along they're using toys or they're having oral sex. Or, even a lot of young girls think that they're virgins because they haven't had intercourse. They haven't had a man insert the vagina, but they're not virgins if they've participated in some kind of sex. But they have oral sex all the time.
That's right.
So I think it's crazy. But as always, I appreciate you calling.
Oh, thank you. Love you.
Love you, dear. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Very good points. I wanted to go back to something that Trina had said, and Rod had said it when he called. He says, why would anybody choose to be celibacy? Why would anybody even choose it? I know for me, that's right, Rod. If you perform oral sex, it's sex. For me, it was always because I know it's wrong for me, for the religious practices that I have. Christianity, I feel like it's wrong to have sex and you're not married. It's wrong to have sex and you're separated. It's wrong. So I would go for lengths of time practicing celibacy because I wanted to do what I felt like was right in the eyes of God, of the Creator. So that was why I did it. Now I don't know why everybody else does it, but that was my personal reason for doing it. A lot of people do good for a season, then you fall off. That flesh is something more. I mean, I think we all love sex, Rod. He said, I love sex, and dang it, I'm hooked on it. I think if you had good sex in your life, you're going to want more good sex. I mean, bottom line, I don't care who you are, what side of the fence you're on, what walk of life you're on. Sex that's one of the reasons why I have no desire to be single. I want to be married because I know in the bonds of marriage, I can freely have the kind of sex I like to have and not have to worry about the guilt of feeling like I've disappointed, myself or disappointed God, or I don't need all that extra. Just give me a husband, a good man, a good partner in life, and I can just go at it anytime I want to. That's right, Ann. The flesh is a beast. Nicole says she's getting back on the boat. Why? Are you getting back on the boat, Nicole, because you were disappointed by your last sex partner? Was it not satisfying? Was it a big disappointment? Was it a letdown? Was it what not you expected? Not what you expected or whatever? And Trina, most women are hooked on sex too. It's not just men. It's not just men. A lot of women are hooked on sex too. We get lots of pleasure out of having sex. So, I mean, I know a lot of little sex addicts. Melinda says they could want to focus on other things. Sex can cloud judgment. They could be trying to get back on track after a breakup. Oh, that's a really good point, Melinda. Very good point. And, I think after a bad breakup, abstaining from sex is a really good way to get your focus back. Even though a lot of us don't do it, it's a really good way. Define good sex, I mean, to the individual, that's the individual thing. I mean, I got my own idea of what good sex is. Nicole might have her own definition of what good sex is. I just want to know what's causing her to get back on the boat. Call back in, Nicole. I want to know. I want to know. Bad sex makes you say, I don't want it anymore. But for me, there's been a time when I was celibate, and then I had bad sex and regretted it and was like, dang, I gave up 6 months for what? I could have still been on, you know. She said it was absolutely amazing, and I mean amazing. Okay. Okay, you're on the air with Audrey. Go ahead.
You must want absolute honesty here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It was amazing.
For me, now let me say this. It was absolutely amazing.
Okay, good.
It's almost like a woosah. I needed that. However, I had a goal in my mind, and I did not want to take that fall, but I put myself in a position to, so I wear that. It's not something I want to continue on doing. So that's why I want to go back to complete celibacy.
After having that amazing experience, is that going to be pretty difficult?
That's why I have to. That's why exactly. That's why I have to do it like right away because you want to double back. So that's why I have to.
Look.
Yeah, I have to.
Rod said, since it was so amazing, was it because he was there?
Really, Rod?
Really? You know, I mean, you know, hey, to each his own, man. I wish you the best. I hope you can get back on your journey to accomplishing what it is you want to accomplish. Because, you know, good sex can throw you off now. Good sex will have you in a place for a while.
Exactly. And it will have you to a place of wanting it. And then it's almost like a drug, and you got to have it. So if I don't, you know, most of the time I'm real dramatic with my standing back and stuff like that. Sometimes I end up losing friendships or relationships because I have to cut it completely off.
Right.
Because I don't want to open the door. So, yeah.
Yeah, these brothers be messing women up, and they have you in a pretzel somewhere and have you all sexed up all good and be done lost your mind behind the good sex. Because women go crazy. Exactly. And then you wonder why they so stupid. That's why they stupid. That's why these women run behind these men like that, because of the good sex.
That's right. A lot of times that is true. But my question is to you.
Yes.
Because I heard you say that's one of the reasons, you know, as far as getting married. Do you really believe, even from a religious perspective, do you really believe you should get married so you can be in right standing with God instead of just having sex with one person?
I know that's not like the main reason why I want to get married. That's just a part of it.
Right. No, I know not for you, but I'm just saying in general, your opinion on it. If you feel like a person, like if somebody's addicted to it and they're with just one person and they can't stop, do you think it's better for them to just go ahead and just jump into a marriage?
I don't think anybody should just jump into a marriage, not even for sex. I mean, right. I just don't. I just think that's just. Right. I don't even think people should marry for love. I think, you know, because, you know, love, what love got to do with it? Because my thing is, you better have more than love, because people will stop loving you. When you fall out of love, then what you got? You know, you need to have a good partnership all the way around. You need to have good friendship. You need to have good business sense. You need to have good, you know, you need to work good together. You need to fit good together. And I think, oh, she's laughing at the fact that I said a pretzel. But that's what I call sex, pretzel. Yeah, because I like positions. I'm one of those positional persons. But and if you put me in the right pretzel, you know, you get me in the right figure 4, honey. You done something. But I'm just being 100, just being transparent for a minute. But I just think marriage is important. I like being married, but however, I love sex too.
Right.
I'm my daddy's child. But and my mama's child. But see, in order for me to have that with a clear conscience, I need to be married. He said, "Will you marry me?" Nick don't want me. But I thank you for calling back and clarifying that, because I wanted to know, like, what happened why you want to get back on the boat if you done had it so good. Why would you want to go back to it? But I understand now, so yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear.
I don't need that addiction. Thank you.
I know, and it's addictive when it's right. Oh Lord, I'm praying. I'm trying to pray myself out of something right now. I love you.
Love you too.
Bye bye. So there you have it. She was, she just, it was great. Whoever the last guy was, so she just gave you your props. And it wasn't you, Rod. He talking about, was he there? That thing crazy. This is a really good topic. I a lot of church folk don't like to talk about the real stuff, but I like to keep it 100 myself. Somebody calling in. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air with Audrey. Hey, is this Nick?
Yeah, this is Nick.
Hi, Nick.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. I have a couple of questions. One, I hear a lot of people talking about the Bible. The Bible doesn't specifically say anything about masturbation.
Okay.
Right?
I can't agree. I can't. That one I'm not certain about. I haven't read the word masturbation.
Yeah, I haven't. It talks about, not, staying away from fornication and adultery and things like that, and fantasizing about somebody else, and it doesn't say anything about adultery.
But do you recall reading the word lasciviousness?
Yes.
Do you know what lasciviousness means? But masturbation is considered.
But then you got to go into Hebrew, and Hebrew doesn't have a word for masturbation.
Okay. All right.
You see what I'm saying? That's our first one.
Okay, go ahead.
And then the other thing is, people talking about, good sex, and like you said, good sex depends on the person. Nobody can really tell you what good sex is. It's about the individual.
Right.
Yeah. But my thing is, I think for me, the best sex for me has always been I was in love. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's that freedom there that you speak of about when you was married. I think when you love somebody, care about somebody, you're willing to do whatever, whenever, however. And I think that's where the good sex comes from.
That's where the best sex is. For me, when I'm in love with a person, that's when I'm at my most sexual. Because if I have I have to have an emotional attachment to the person for the best sex.
Right. And that leads to the third part. My thing is, when we talk about masturbation, as far as celibacy, I think the definition in itself involves another person. It doesn't really, the definition itself don't mean by itself. It means with another person.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, look it up. The definition itself.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Chisholm posted the definition of it, but I don't agree with that.
Right, and I understand that. And then now about the oral, I think, my thing for me, oral is more intimate than intercourse. So if you're not willing to have sex, then you're a fool to be having oral. I'm going to tell you this, the truth, Nick. I get a lot of men, like when I'm in my season of celibacy,
a lot of men will offer oral sex, offer it. I don't ask for it. They offer it to me. Well, since you're not doing that, well, can I just perform oral sex and, let that be, But to me, that's sex too.
I believe it. I totally believe that they do because I think for me, my thing is if we're not having intercourse, we're not having oral sex. So I'm not performing oral sex on somebody.
I know. That's a wild dude right there. if a dude, if a man is willing to do that, he wild.
Oh, without a doubt. If he's willing to put his my thing is, put my mouth on something that I'm not familiar with, and we're not gonna do anything else. Oh no, that's just not happening for me.
The people that.
One thing about intercourse, if something happens to you, you can hide it. You put your mouth down on something and it happens to you. Everybody gonna see all that.
So the evidence is gonna be on your lips.
Exactly.
Crazy.
But
Well,
that's my comment. I was just giving you a call.
thank you, darling. As always, I appreciate you. Love you.
Oh, no problem. Appreciate you too. Love you too.
Bye-bye. That was Nick. He says he doesn't think that celibate is, being celibate has to do with masturbation. He says that it's not included. He doesn't think it's included. I think it is. But we're here. We're talking about everybody's opinion. I appreciate the opinions of everyone. You might not agree with me, and that's fine. Everybody don't agree with me. Mitchell talking about he's celibate. You lying. Mitch, you know you lying. I'm just teasing you. You might not be lying, but I'm just saying. I don't know. But, this is something that a lot of people are dealing with right now. A lot of people are struggling in this area. Struggling with, because a lot of people are waiting to find the mate, or waiting to find a husband or a wife or a life partner or whatever it is you're waiting for. And you feel like, that part of you is too valuable to just give away to anybody. So, a lot of people are abstaining from sex, but, I think if you're having oral sex, if you're masturbating, I feel like you ain't really celibate. If you have an orgasm, you're not celibate. To me, if it's gonna bring about an orgasm, you ain't celibate. Ann says she waiting on her Boaz. Well, while you waiting on Boaz, make sure you don't get Poaz and stank ass and whoop your ass and all them. Men think that if they haven't had any within 48 hours, they celibate. I agree with you, Trina. They be about to go crazy. If they don't get it, they be tripping. They trip. They trip. We got 7 minutes left in the show. Missing my boy Maurice. Everybody give a shout out to Mo. He's doing a Christmas party right now. He will be back with us tomorrow. We will be talking, just to give you guys a heads up, on tomorrow's show. We were going to do this show today, but we're going to do it tomorrow. We're doing a special show for all the Cowboys haters out there. If you hate the Dallas Cowboys, you probably ain't going to like me. You probably ain't going to like Mo. You probably ain't going to like my girl Ann, Trina, and some of my other Cowboys fans out there. If you truly hate the Cowboys, tune in tomorrow. It'll be your opportunity to talk all the trash you want to. And we the Cowboys fans, are going to defend ourselves from the beginning of the show to the end of the show. It's a Cowboys day. Throw up your stars in support of tomorrow's show. Get ready for it. We about to do our thing. Calling all Cowboys haters. It's on, it's on, it's on. I wish I could have Stephen A. Smith on the phone, on the show. Wouldn't that be nice? You ain't got to cuss, Mitch. Wow. All my Steelers fans, all my Deadskins fans, all my Panthers fans, all my Eagles, who else? All them Giants fans, all them Patriots fans, all the haters, calling all haters. Tune in tomorrow. It's a a talk off, a trash talk off. We're gonna see who's gonna win. We're gonna have a battle. All the haters are welcome to come on tomorrow and talk junk. If you're still on, Mr. Chisholm, represent the boys. All my Cowboys fans, come on tomorrow's show. He talking about Panthers for life. Do Panthers even have life right about now? Steelers fans, that would be Rod. The Deadskins fans, that would be my sister Sandra. The Panthers fans, Frankie, Mitch. Patriots fan, Nicole. That's right. How about them Cowboys? We're going to tune in tomorrow. We're going to represent the boys. We're going to do some smack talking over the radio. It's going to be a fun show tomorrow. I'm probably going to wear one of my Cowboys cousin shirts tomorrow, since we ain't been able to go to no watch parties and wear them. I'm probably going to wear my shirt tomorrow, guys, on the show. So they'll get to see my beautiful shirt representing the boys. Cowboys cousins in the building. So just to give you guys a heads up, that's what tomorrow's show is going to be about. If you have a topic, a juicy topic that you want to discuss, we have reserved Thursdays for viewers' choice topics. Make it juicy. Give me something really good to talk about. Oh, he's talking about he's glad we got something to cheer about. Save your insults till tomorrow, Mitch. You can't insult right now. This is not the time for that now. We're talking about the Cowboys tomorrow. If you got a juicy topic, Thursdays is reserved for viewers' choice topics. The viewers' choice topics. If you like this show, if you love the show, share the videos with your family, with your friends. Share it on your page. Let people know what we're doing over here. It's a fun show. We talk about edgy things. We talk about exciting things. We talk about fun things. We talk about positive things. I'm all about helping motivate people to get to their next levels, encouraging and empowering women to move past their pain and into their successes, as well as men, but in particular women, because I am a woman. Oh, Mitch talking about, oh, he's still celibate. I forgot. Are you celibate for real, Mitch? Don't be playing. This is a serious show. Don't be playing games. But if you have juicy topics and you want to go to the web page, you can post your topics there. If you want to email me, you can email me at audreysteeleclark@gmail.com. If you want to inbox me, you can inbox me from Facebook on Messenger and let me know what you want to talk about. But please give me juicy topics. Give me something that everybody wants to chime in on, because I don't want to be sitting here feeling like I'm pulling teeth trying to get people to comment on your topic. We need to bring the juicy, bring the good stuff. So it's always good having everybody participate. I want to give a special thanks to those of you that tune in with me every single show. Some of you have never missed a show. Some of you have been supporting me since day one, since I was over at Taking Over Radio Station. Since I co-hosted with Mike Sanders on his radio show. Some of you have kept up with me since then. I want to say thank you to those of you that have followed me and that have supported me on this journey to success for getting my own show. My goal is to have my own satellite radio show, but I need 1 million viewers on my website. A lot of you always tune in via Facebook Live. I need you guys to go to my website and view the show. Go to my webpage and view the show so that the numbers can go up. Share the videos on your page so that people can get interested and they'll see what's going on and what we're doing here. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Getting back in the gym for training tomorrow morning. Excited about that. Keep up with my weight loss. I can't wait till Maurice puts that $500 in my hand. I love you guys again. As always, keep on moving. God bless. And thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.